my child. It has begun. Yes, a scary planning that is being laid out behind your back, and it is targeting your home. You cannot see what I can see, therefore I am revealing to you that you should pay attention to my words carefully now. Child, listen. Do not take lightly what I am speaking into your spirit. The hour is no longer approaching, it has arrived. The earth is groaning under the weight of sin, rebellion, and deception. What has been hidden in shadows is now advancing in boldness, and the schemes of darkness are slithering their way closer to your very doorstep. The walls you thought were strong may tremble if not anchored in me. The hearts you believed were secure will falter if they are not filled with my spirit. And the places you called safe will shake if they are not saturated with my presence. I see the nets being cast. I see the snares and the traps. I see the whispers in back rooms and the signatures on documents that were never meant for your eyes. I see the hollow promises delivered through polished lips. I see the compromise cloaked in noble language. What you hear is crafted to lull you into sleep, but what I see is a strategy engineered to cut off your roots and scatter your foundations. That is why I say to you now, wake up. Do not delay in heeding me. The enemy of your soul does not sleep, and neither do I. But unlike him, I do not operate through fear or lies. I speak plainly, clearly, and urgently. What you sense in your spirit is not paranoia, it is discernment. It is the vibration of truth trying to break through the noise around you. You have asked me for protection. You have prayed for understanding. Now I answer you, not with comfort, but with clarity. The storm that rises is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to expose everything not built on me. What survives will be that which has my fingerprints, my breath, and my authority on it. Everything else will be shaken loose. So do not hold tightly to what I never gave you. Do not fight to protect what I am removing. This is not the time to debate with me. This is not the time to ask for convenient signs. You know my voice. It has carried you before, and it carries you still. Now I call you deeper. Deeper than your routine, deeper than your comfort zone, deeper than surface faith. I call you into the place where only my voice sustains. I am stirring up your spirit for a reason. I am awakening something that religion has dulled. I am reviving the urgency that has been buried beneath distractions and comforts. Do you feel it? The pull in your chest, the pressure in your spirit, the unrest that won't let you settle? That is me. That is my voice crying out above the noise of the world. Your home must be covered. Your doorposts must be marked. Your atmosphere must be filled with worship, not worry. Prayer must rise like incense from your rooms. The word must echo through your halls louder than any news broadcast. You are not just a passive observer in this hour, you are a watchman on the wall. And the wall you watch over is your own household. You must build the altar again, not with stones or ritual, but with surrender. I do not dwell in performances, I dwell in brokenness. Let your pride fall. Let your independence die. Let your need for control be nailed to the cross. Let me reign not in words, but in truth. I have protected you in days past, not because you earned it, but because I am merciful. I placed my hand over you even when you didn't know you were in danger. But now I am drawing you into maturity. I am calling you to participate in the protection. No longer can you sit back and assume you are safe because of old prayers or second-hand faith. This requires your full attention now. There are things moving behind curtains: legal systems, cultural tides, technological manipulations, spiritual deceptions. Some look like help. Some sound like wisdom. But underneath, I see the corrosion. I see the strings being pulled. I see the hearts being turned. And I see where it leads. That is why I tell you, come closer. Don't just follow me, cling to me. Don't just listen, obey. You will be called foolish by many. You will be mocked by those who are asleep. Even some within your own home may not understand at first, but do not let their confusion silence your obedience. Do not let their comfort dilute your clarity. When I speak, you are not required to wait for consensus. You are required to move. The hour is dark, but you are not without light. You carry me. You carry my spirit, my word, my authority. Use it. Speak over your home. Declare truth in every room. Find the lies before they find a place to settle. Take your position, not as a victim, but as a warrior. Not as one afraid, but as one appointed. I did not choose you for safety, I chose you for impact. You were born for this hour. Not by accident, not by mistake. Your voice matters. Your choices matter. Your faith will shift the atmosphere around you. What you permit grows. What you confront breaks. What you bless multiplies. Do not let apathy take root. Do not grow comfortable with compromise. This is not the time to blend in, it is the time to stand out. Not with pride, but with purity. Not with arrogance, but with conviction. I am calling my people out of lukewarmness. I am separating light from darkness. The gray is fading. The lines are being drawn. Your home is your first assignment. Guard it. Cleanse it. Fill it with my presence. Do not let bitterness remain. Do not allow unforgiveness to rot your foundations. Reconcile quickly. Forgive freely. Speak life. Reject gossip. Shun cynicism. Invite peace. Walk in humility. These are not small things, they are weapons. They are protection. I see the scrolls of destiny written over your household. I see the promises declared long ago. I have not forgotten, even when you did, even when you grew weary, even when you doubted. I have remained faithful. But now I call you to steward what I have given. This is not a time to bury your talents in fear. It is the hour to invest what I've placed in you. Raise your children in truth. Do not hand them to the culture. Do not outsource their discipleship. Teach them who I am. Show them how to pray. Let them see your tears. Let them witness your faith. Your authenticity will speak louder than any lesson plan. Do not aim for perfection, aim for presence. Let them see me through your broken worship. I will provide, but I will also prune. I will cover, but I will also correct. I will lead, but I will not drag. Walk with me willingly. Obey without delay. Trust without understanding. Rest without needing to control. I am good, and my goodness is not always comfortable, but it is always perfect. You are not alone in this. Though it may feel like you are standing by yourself, know that I have a remnant. I have sons and daughters who are hearing the same call. I am awakening hearts across the earth. I am stirring fires in hidden places. You are part of a great movement, not one built on platforms, but on obedience, not on numbers, but on faithfulness. Lift your eyes. Look again. You are not losing. You are aligning. The shaking is not your end, it is your beginning. I am stripping away what you thought you needed to reveal what I've placed inside you. You are more equipped than you know, because you have me. And I am enough. My child, there will come moments in life where the horizon disappears. The light that once guided you will seem to fade into a haze, and the path you walked so confidently will crumble beneath your feet. There will be days when your strength will fail, and the very air around you will feel heavy, suffocating. These moments are not unfamiliar to me. I have watched generations before you stand at the edge of despair, paralyzed by the weight of silence, by the absence of answers, and the echo of unanswered prayers. But I say to you now, do not mistake my silence for absence. Do not let the stillness make you believe that I have forgotten you. I am closer than your breath. I am watching, waiting, and working even when you cannot see. There is never a second where my eyes are off of you. When you are surrounded by darkness, I am still the light that cannot be quenched. When you see no way forward, I remain the way itself. You see through time like a man standing in a narrow hallway, but I see across eternity. Your confusion does not shake me. Your weariness does not repel me. I am drawn to your brokenness, for in it my strength is revealed. In your weakness I am made strong, not because I change, but because you finally make room for me to move without the resistance of pride. Child, when you see nothing ahead, no hope, no solution, no sign of escape, that is when you must lift your eyes to me. Not just once, not as a final effort, but as your lifeline, as your posture, as your dwelling place. Desperation, when turned to me, becomes a sacred space. It becomes the altar where I meet you, where I speak to you, where I begin again the story the world said was over. I am the God who parts seas, not when the enemy is far, but when he is at your heels. I make a way when there is no way, not because you can imagine it, but because I create it. When your hands are empty, I fill them. When your vision is blurred by tears, I lead you with my voice. When all doors are closed, I become the door that no one can shut. Do not be fooled by what you see or do not see, for the unseen realm is more real than the ground beneath your feet. While you weep in the night, I am planting answers in the soil of your surrender. While you sit in silence, I am orchestrating provision, aligning people, preparing miracles that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. But the waiting, my child, is not punishment. It is preparation. For in the waiting, your faith grows roots. In the silence, your trust is tested and purified. In the nothingness, your spirit learns to recognize my whisper. Do not lose heart. Faith does not always feel triumphant. Sometimes it is the quiet choice to believe again when you have every reason to walk away. It is standing up, not because you feel strong, but because I lift you. It is praying, not because you have the words, but because your spirit groans and I understand. It is saying, even now, God, when your world says, it's too late. I do not turn away from your weakness. I do not reject your confusion. I do not require perfection. I require surrender. Lay your questions before me. Lay your fears at my feet. I am not angered by your uncertainty. I am not threatened by your doubt. Bring them all to me. I am not a distant deity demanding flawless faith. I am a loving Father drawing you close in your collapse. Every moment when life feels empty, barren, or broken, I am there, standing in the ashes, waiting to breathe life again. I do not need good circumstances to bless you. I do not require a path to lead you. I am the one who speaks to the dead and calls them alive. I take what the world discards and I make it a dwelling for my glory, so pray. Not because you feel like it, but because it is your connection to the eternal. Prayer is not a ritual, it is relationship. It is not just words, it is your soul reaching for mine. When you pray, you invite me in. You open the door to my intervention. You allow heaven to touch earth, not because I cannot come without your request, but because I honor the will I gave you. I do not force my way into your situation. I knock, and I wait. And when you do not know what to pray, I still hear the cries of your heart. I understand every sigh, every groan, every silent plea. I speak the language of pain. I interpret the tears that no one else understands. Nothing is hidden from me, not your despair, not your anger, not your numbness. I am not afraid of any part of you. I made you. I know you. I love you still. You may feel lost, but I have never lost you. Even if you have wandered far, even if you have fallen into places you never thought you'd be, my hand is not too short to save you. You cannot out-sin my mercy. You cannot outrun my grace. Return to me, not with shame, but with hope. I run to the brokenhearted. I embrace the weary. I do not scold the one who crawls, I lift them to their feet. In the desert, I am your water. In the storm, I am your anchor. In the fire, I am your shield. When all else fails, I remain. I am your constant. The world will change. People will fail. Plans will collapse. But I do not change. My love is not seasonal. My faithfulness is not based on your behavior. My promises are not dependent on your feelings. I am God, and I do not lie. There are moments when I will allow you to reach the end of yourself, not to harm you, but to reveal that I am the beginning of everything you need. When you have exhausted every option, when your strategies fall apart, when your cleverness can no longer rescue you, then finally you see me as I am, not just a helper, but your only hope. Not just a healer, but your very life. Not just a provider, but your source. That is a sacred place, child. Do not despise it. In the emptiness I pour out fullness. You may say, but God, I have waited too long. My prayers are unanswered. My hope is gone. And I say to you, do not measure my faithfulness by your timeline. I am not bound by hours or calendars. I work in the fullness of time, not the convenience of schedules. What seems delayed is not denial, it is divine timing. I am never early, never late, but always right on time. I am not in a hurry, but I am never idle. Behind the scenes, beneath the surface, beyond your sight, I am moving. You may not feel it, but your faith stirs heaven. Every prayer, even whispered, ascends before me like incense. Every act of obedience, even when unnoticed, resounds through eternity. Every time you choose me over despair, angels take notice. Every time you lift your hands in worship with tears in your eyes, you declare war on the enemy's lies. You are not alone, and you are not unheard. I know how hard it is to keep believing when nothing changes. I know how heavy it is to hope again after disappointment. But I ask you to trust me, not because life is predictable, but because I am faithful. Not because the pain stops immediately, but because I redeem every pain you surrender to me. I do not waste suffering. I do not overlook faithfulness. Let me remind you, resurrection does not come without the cross. Beauty does not come without ashes. Joy does not come without mourning. And yet, I promise you this: those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who wait upon me will renew their strength. They will rise again. You will rise again. Your prayers are building something even when you cannot see it. Your worship is shaking things in the spirit, even when you feel nothing. Your quiet faith, your daily choosing to get up, to believe again, to breathe another prayer, is a testimony to the unseen world that you belong to me. And nothing, not despair, not failure, not death itself, can snatch you from my hand. So turn to me. Not just once, but every day, every moment. When fear creeps in, turn to me. When doubt whispers, turn to me. When the noise of life grows loud, retreat into my presence. I am not far. I am right here. One whisper of my name, and I will draw near. One cry of "Help me, God," and I will answer. One tear, and I bend low to collect it. I am not waiting for perfection. I am waiting for surrender. You do not need to understand to obey. You do not need to see the whole path to take the next step. Just take my hand. Trust that I will never lead you into harm. Even if the road is painful, I will use it for good. Even if it seems delayed, I will redeem the time. Even if it looks like all is lost, I will restore what the enemy stole. I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Do not trade your faith for temporary relief. Do not abandon your hope for counterfeit comfort. I am working a deeper healing than you understand. I am forging in you a strength that will not be shaken. I am making you into a testimony, not just for yourself, but for those who will one day walk through their own darkness and find the path you marked with faith. This valley will not last forever. The shadow will not consume you. The night will end, and dawn will break. And when it does, you will see that I was with you every step. You will see that your prayers were not in vain. You will see that your tears were seeds. You will see that your hope was not foolish, but the foundation of a miracle. So now, even if your heart is trembling, say yes to me again. Even if your hands are weak, lift them again. Even if your voice is cracked, speak my name again. I am not disappointed in your weakness, I delight in your reaching. Every moment you choose me over hopelessness, you declare to the darkness that I am still God, and you are still mine. Never forget this. I am the God who sees. I am the God who hears. I am the God who answers. I am the God who comes through. And even when you see nothing, I see everything. When you feel nothing, I still move. When you believe nothing, I still love. I do not give up. I do not grow weary. I do not let go. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not failing. You are in the middle of a divine process. Trust it. Trust me. Hold on. Hope again. Pray again. Believe again. And watch what I will do. The story is not over. I am still writing. Let me finish it. And child, what I write will take your breath away. Amen.